Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, as well as Choctaw Casino and Resort. Be sure to check out our proud partners, and let's continue to grind and shine. Follow us on the Haymaker. Let's get it, the name. It's Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This including the ice wall, baby. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove from my studios to yours? Come on, baby. The longest intro in the land.
Ready? Run from it.
Destiny.
Destiny arrives all the same.
And now.
It's here.
Or should I say, I am 5, 3. Come on.
Told me it was my turn.
Riggs! I'm getting too old for this, Riggs.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow, like a
Come on, baby.
Oh my goodness! It is you! I cannot believe
3, 2. Let's get ready to rumble. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Come on, baby. It's Monday. Let's get it, baby. It won't be long. It won't be long at all, baby. I know, boy. We've been talking. We've been drinking. We've been smoking. We've been thinking, baby. What's up with y'all, man? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We covered all of those conversations for the nation. I know I'm a little weird. I'm a little off. But I'm happy, though. I'm happy there's no new news out there, but there's recyclings of news that we can talk upon. Scarecrow, what's good, Law Dog? If long as I got you guys here, that's all that matters, man. And then when the real season kick off, I will remember you guys. I will remember my guy Toxic Tom, Halle, and Brandy. Come on, baby, and JV Boy, and all of you guys that's been wrestling with the off season. And the Jerry Joneses of the worlds are not giving us no material. And that's cool. I'm not begging for it, right? So we can talk about the 4 veteran guys that could lose their spots on this team. And, of course, I'm cool with about 3 out of the 4 or 4 out of the 4, So I hope they don't take this personally. But news got a newsing, right? And I'm so tired of, if you ever fall upon the X app, which is Twitter, it's nothing but Eagles talking about Cowboys. And they're trying to convince us that, Jalen Hurts is better than not just Dak Prescott, but he's better than Troy Aikman. They're trying to convince us that also that, our quarterback been in the league for 11 seasons. And he'd have no evidence of success and stuff like that. Oh, my goodness. Come on.
DC4L $49.99.
Yeah.
Black Girl Hair Fund.
Damn. Appreciate you.
Where the guts went, just dropped.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Law Dog, man. I'm a girl dad, so The hair be hairing, you know. And with that being said, you know, I grew up with all brothers, you know, 4 brothers, and the haircut situation scene was like you get in there 30 minutes to an hour, right? If you in that chair for an hour, we all pissed off at the barber. But man, if you are raising girls and if you got to get their hair done, that is a whole experience. It's not like a 30-minute thing. And I had to learn the hard way. Yeah, I take the kids to get their hair done. Shh.
Stop crying!
Shit, that's an all-day thing, man. That's a life experience too, man, by the way. And with girls, they don't want to get it done. And then when she see her sister hair done, oh my goodness, it's World War V because we skipped all of the other ones. So yeah, you're right. Shout out to all of my lovely loved ones, and shout out to the Oxnard Fund. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. It's a mission and a half, man. Shoot. Madam CJ, was it CJ Walker? Man, when my kids get old enough, boy. But neither here nor there. Drop them off and go see a movie. You got us the poet. Yeah, but mine's still young, so. Where Daddy at? I'm ready to go. I'm like, she only started on one side right now. So it is for what it is. But if I was back in my home state, you know, maybe we'd take them over cousin in them house and you throw them $30 to $40 or something like that to get their hair done. But I appreciate y'all, man. What we were talking about? Cowboys, right? I'm getting old here. We were talking about Cowboys and some of the guys that could be cut or removed from their duties here. And this article, I'm going to share it. It's SI. I think my guy runs SI a little bit here. Y'all know Mike Fisher and them. He runs some of it, but this was an article, by the way, by Randy. And he says, first and foremost, Deron Bland could be in questioning here. My thoughts of it with all of what we got to go over today, I'm just going to run through this, and then we'll talk about other things, and then we'll pull up the phone lines and stuff like that. But my thoughts on Deron Bland, all of his guaranteed money is ending at the end of this season. When we talked to Nick Harris about who could be a possible guy that the Cowboys move on from, it could be Bland. And who could be a guy also that if the Cowboys need to get more and more money for their salary cap because we only got $5.4 million, could be Deron Bland. But the only way that you can do that, if you trust Deron Bland, right, you can literally extend his contract, move some money around, and clear up about $20 to $30 million, believe it or not, based off of his contract. But you're going to have to keep him for a little bit longer of a time. So that is the conundrum. So let me ask you guys that's watching right now, when you look at Bland's play and you look at what he can and can't do or what have you, do you have enough trust in Bland to say, okay, let me tamper around with his contract to extend him so I can add more and more dollars so we can go get these other guys like a Joey Bosa or to a degree a guy like a Bobby Okereke or something like that? Would you play around with Bland? Do you feel as if though Bland would be enough this season to trust him? You know, do you trust Bland enough to play around with his contract? Or would you rather say, hey, Bland, you got another prove-it year this year? Because after this year, if you get hurt, you get that pinky toe hurt, that finger or something like that, we're going to have to move on from you. You know, let me know, do y'all believe it in Bland enough to extend him so that you can move money around and pick up more and more players? Let me know right now. And we haven't seen anything yet because, of course, it's still too soon. You know, I have to see it, Law. Yeah. 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 I trust him more I ever trusted Dig. Okay. Yeah. All right. No. Nah. So, okay. Toxic Tom, he's willing to say, hey, I trust him a little bit more than Trayvon Diggs. And Trayvon, that whole Diggs family, man, oh my goodness, man. Lord have mercy. Kobe Durant and Siobhan Revel as our starters. That's where, from what sources close to the law, that sounds different. That's what I'm going to have to say. Sources close to the law is saying that that's where it's going, Kobe and Siobhan Revel, But Bland is good in the slot, but now we have Caleb. I believe in Bland and his work ethics, okay? I don't trust his health, though. I don't trust him. This is from Brandy, okay? Diggs family, boy. All I can say about his family. Hey, all right. So with that being said, Bland is still my dog, man. Not gonna throw him out with the baby like with the bathwater. I would take a risk. I would literally do the risk with Bland, and
sacrifice.
I'll do. Shout out to Uncle Charles. I would take the risk right now, because at some point you got to go all in, right? And just like Brandy said, she says, I have to see it. Well, sometimes when a woman says she got to see it, sometimes you got to show it. Paul, I'm not taking the show that way, but sometimes you just got to show that, hey, I am for what I am. And whether you like it, hey, I'm going to show you what I got. And the Cowboys need to sometime just stop being scared and just show the world what they got, you know what I'm saying? And stop being coy with it and get this thing going so that we can go and get things moving for the 2026 season. It's not like we need multitudes of other players. We only need about one or two guys, right? And if Bland is the guy that you can move contract money around to get it going, then boom, there we go. Perfect example right here. But I do know that if you can't stay on the field and you hurt all the time, then that is a problem. I just believe that the feet for Bland is going to be better, and it's just a hope part of it. I get all of that, but I think that by having the best quality of coaches that we got here, that he's going to be okay. Appreciate everybody, man. Got to put it on the table and let them know. All right, so the next guy out of this article is Mingo, my guy, my Mississippi brother. Mingo. Where can I go with Mingo? He was a 4th-round draft pick for us, right? The Cowboys thought that they had something really nice even going into the draft situation to draft him, but he was drafted by another team. And shout out to you, Robertson, man. Appreciate you so much for the jewels, right? Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Look at that turtle, man. Are you a turtle? Are you a turtle in here? Let me know if y'all a turtle. Samoy B. It is for what it is when you start to think about the aspect of Mingo, right? Like the Cowboys made every initial point that they don't give a damn about losing a 4th-round draft pick, right, if it don't pan out, in meaning that they drafted a guy named Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith will be having a situation that he's going to get the looks of being on his team. So by the Cowboys drafting Anthony Smith, unfortunately for my guy Mingo, the Mean Dynasty, he's on the biggest of the bubbles. He can't get hurt this offseason. He got to show us something with that 81 on his chest. He got to come out there and catch every football. And I need for Mingo to go to Dak Prescott and say, hey, I get it, but I can't be on the 3rd team. I can't be on the 2nd team. With my size and physical stature and my short area quickness, I need to showcase to the world that I belongs in this mix. But then we looking at it like, man, we got Ryan Flo, boy. You know, it ain't no more Flamingo around here. It's Flo. It's Holden. It's these other wide receivers. The Cowboys in this offseason, they went and got a gang of wide receivers, right? We got another guy that's 6'7" on the team. I don't even know his name. We got a Hudson guy from, I think, TCU. We got a lot of wide receivers. And the dividing factor of all of this would be, can you play special teams too, right? Because Coach let it be known too, but you can get hurt, Mingo. So it could be a possibility that Mingo goes, right? And we got a placeholder that's taking a wide receiver spot that's not even a wide receiver. And I hate to say this, don't put that butter knife down, and it is Kevontae Turpin. You see, Turpin is the X factor on this whole entire roster because he takes away a special teams element. He takes away another wide receiver situation. And even though he got his limitations, that's part of the program. So you got to perform enough to make this team not think about Turpin at that spot. And it's a good problem to have. But Mingo, you got to be out there when it's third and long. Third and long, John. You got to be able to catch that. You know, you can't fumble around with it because if not, they can say, well, we can put Kevontae Turpin out there. And did I mention that they did pick up a guy? They got Parquet for hands, MVS, Marquez Valdez Scantling, whatever his name is, you know. So the jury is like pretty much is being assembled and is about to be out. So one of those things, appreciate y'all. If y'all can hit that like button, share this content, thank you so much. I'm definitely not too proud to beg, right? So those are things that you have to quantify. Let me poll you guys again. Will Jonathan Mingo make this team? Yes or no? Let me see. Put 81 in the chat if you're saying yes. And just put no in the chat if he's not making his team. He got an uphill battle. And that's why I like the Cowboys, what they did this offseason. Hey, nobody comfortable. Jeez. Nobody is comfortable. Outside of probably Javonte, he probably, you know, because people are pretty much talking about my dog. Yeah, okay, third and long, okay. Fuck no, okay, I feel you, oh my God.
Take the money out, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. You're wasting my time now.
I like what Steve says, CD, GP, Flo, Turpin, Holden, or that dude that they drafted in the 7th round, right? I think that's where they're going to, by the way. I think that literally Mingo is going to be a casualty of all of this. And there's no chance for him, basically. You know, Facebook Marketplace, Gallup. Ooh. At this point, Gallup. How them knees checking out, man? You know, come on, baby. Mingo, you my dog, my Mississippi boy. You know, when I see you in a few weeks or what have you, or when I see you, I'm going to pull you to the side and say, man, you're going to have to stay live because these boys, Trayshawn Holden, he's like that. I talked to him. We've seen him. He's out there doing extra activities with Dak too, by the way. So, Mingo, you're going to have to want it bad, you know, in order to stay here. And you got to impress somehow, some way, some shape, form, or fashion. Special teams. You're going to have to you're going to have to do that, all right? let's go to the next topic matter right here. This one hit home a little bit because this is my dog, and I've been fighting for him. You know, I've been fighting for him for a while, and that is Malik Hooker. Let me see, close that ad out at the bottom there. Get that ad out the way. Malik Hooker. I don't think that he's a vocal leader, but he is a leader on his team, which a lot of players gravitate to on the defensive side. Like I said, when it's time for to watch film and review tape, not just the safeties come to his house, all of the defensive backs, as far as cornerbacks and beyond, they go to his crib. And, you know, shout out to Malik and his nice, wonderful pad that he got. And they go into the man cave and they watch tape. They watch film. They go over all of the good stuff and the ingredients. So that is a major factor for this team. That is a major factor for this team as far as continuity and development and stuff like that. And I'm with the belief, whereas you just don't get rid of veteran help and leadership just because they look good on paper or what have you. He's not getting paid crazy amount of money, right? But it is a situation whereas you look into the mirror, not sky mirror, and say, okay, you got Jalen Thompson, who's getting paid a great grip of checks, right? $33 million on that money, right? Not to just count money, but money do be moneying, right? And then you have, to a degree, P.J. Locke, who's a little bit of a younger type of guy, but he is a veteran, and he plays primarily free. He don't play down inside the box, right? And then you have the guy that you drafted, Caleb Downs. So you have, and then you have other guys like the Elijah Clarks of the world, Zion Childress. You have other guys that's on this team that's fighting for a role. So with Malik Hooker, I'm looking at it like this. In training camp, you evaluate, you make your assessments, you try to figure out, okay, how much knowledge and wisdom that he got. Okay, good. We put that in the box, right? And then you look at the other side and say, okay, how much of a situation, whereas when he's on the field, is there any liability, right? And then if you don't see those drop-offs and liabilities and stuff like that, then you give him the fairest shot to be the leader of your defense as it relates to the secondary. Keep in mind, safety, the last line of defense. You got to keep everything in front of you. And last season, the Cowboys decided to have two high safeties, one being a guy that's been a plague in the league as far as coverage, and his name is Donovan Wilson. Not to beat up Dono, but that's not his calling card, right? Is to have someone that's not primarily a cover-to-cover guy, but plays down inside the box, right? And that's where his strength, that's where his skill sets are primarily at. And now you playing him in a position that looks awkward. That's what Matt Eberflus did last season. So now that I'm looking at it for the 2026 season, and you got 24 now, Malik Hooker, I think that this could be a situation whereas he just be the bridge guy. Final year of his contract, he got one of those contracts that we love, and that is the incentive-based contract for all veterans. I'm telling everybody that Jerry Jones put that butter knife down, and Stephen Jones. On veteran guys, I love the incentive-based contract because you're not pigeonholed to a situation. Let me see if I can pull up his contract. I go spot right, Malik Hooker. Let me see. Yeah. All right, boom. And this is what I like about these type of contracts, that you make your money by playing, basically. So he got incentive-based driven contract. You get 3.5 guaranteed. That just for what it is. You're going to get 3.5 whether you play or not, right? They can't touch that. But every game that you play is an active bonus. Let me say this again. Every game that you play is an active bonus. on top of the 3.5 that you're getting. Meaning that the Cowboys did it very wise for an older player. So not just you getting the 3.5, but an additional 1.5, and that's calculated over every game if you can play. So every game that you see Malik Hooker out there, that's $88,000, man. There's some people right now that make $88,000 a year. Just think about it. This guy on a Sunday, every time he wake up and roll up out of the bed and he goes to that game, he's getting $88,000 plus some change, plus more, right? You know, and I love it. And then playing time incentives, okay? And it's including a playoff berth. So they're giving you playoff incentives. If he get to, let me just get to the bottom of it. If it's 85%, he's getting an additional $2.25 million. Just playing 85% of the games, right? And then the incentives, if he can get 5 INTs, that's $750,000. And there's some other languages within the contract that's not privy to us, that technically for every INT that he gets an extra additional bonus, but it's not broken down in that small excerpt. So I love that. Shoot, can you imagine? Can you imagine if I will start doing incentive-based contracts from here on out, right? Literally, you know, for anybody who's been in the league and they playing for my team for over 4 years, I'm sitting here like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to craft up a contract, whereas for every sack you get an additional money. For every game check that you make or every game that you make, you get an additional money. And if it's something like, if you are a defensive back and you get INTs, I need them. Yeah, I'm putting that out there. And then on top of that, if you get forced fumbles, scoops, and scores and stuff like that, hell, that makes you competitive like a mug, because a lot of veteran guys, they done seen everything, right? And what can entice people to play even better or motivate them to get even better into certain situations? Because this is a game, right? Sure. So by hitting those incentives, I think that it gives a little bit more of responsibility and accountability to those guys who always ask for more, right? So that's why I look at it from that aspect. Now, there could be some dirty play into this because coaches in front office knows that you're close to your incentives, and they could step back. They could step in and say, hey, damn, man, he's on his 4th INT. I don't know if I don't want him to get another one. Let me bench him. Nah, because now we can see through the bull sugar, right? But at the end of the day, if somebody hot and they getting INTs here and there, shoot. I think that players should even want to bet on themselves with these incentives, right? But that's a whole nother conversation. Steve Farr says money, you know? And it is for what it is, right? Like literally. For the love of money is the root of all evil, right? But if you read a little bit further, it also states money answereth all things. It don't say a few things, a couple of things. That thing said all things. Money answereth. And so if money got answers to it, so I'm trying to get the answers to it, right? You know, and I'm thinking that since we are here in this beautiful state of Texas, and if you want to go travel north just a little bit from Dallas, there's ways that you can get more and more money, more and more opportunities. If you book your stay and just join the awards parts of Choctaw Casino and Resorts, man, come on, baby.
Away, 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 away. Away, away. Away, 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 away. Away, away. Away,
There's one chance left for you to win $1 million during the 3 months 3 Millionaires giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant. 2 Rewards Club members have already walked away millionaires. And you could be the one to take home the final $1 million prize. The last chance to flip your future is August 22nd. Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant, where millionaires are made.
Yes, indeed. And be sure to be responsible on your way to Choctaw Casino and Resort. Only dibble and dabble on the things that you can lose, but not lose all the way. You get what I'm saying? So always be responsible. I'm seeing my guy over here, Toxic Tom, says he got rid of his kids' college fund, gamble it away. Well, hey, man, come on, book your stay with Choctaw and Casino. Maybe you get it all back. Hit that $1 million, man. Come on with it. And then just give me a little bit of it. I want to say also, if you guys can do me a huge favor, check out our personalized website. That link right there to Video Nest is the best distribution site that you can get to, and it's all mine, right? So be sure to check out our proud sponsors with Video Nest too, and keep this in mind. With them, they do all of the work for you as far as distribution, and on top of that, they can also set up, hear me out, your whole Roku and Fire Stick to be distributed there. So check out our proud partners, Video Nest, and be sure to give me a like and follow and support the nation on my personalized website here. Everything is migrated over from my YouTube, from my Facebook to my website. So it's always good to be protected, because you never know. YouTube can go away in an instant. Facebook accounts can disappear, but Video Nest will still be here. So be sure to be on the up and up with all of your social content. So be sure to check that out right there. So Gut Bummer says, I love the song. Some people don't like that song, Away, Away, Away. But let's get to the last person, and then we can get things moving and grooving. I thank everybody, man, for tuning in today. All right, the last person that could be given the boot, and it is the veteran backup quarterback, Joe Milton. Lives are being handled with in training camp. Your strongest, and I mean just that, your strongest opportunity will be, can the damn quarterback give me the football if you're a wide receiver? We know that Joe got a strong arm. I mean, he can sit down on his backside and throw the ball 80 yards. I heard, when I said Indian style, I heard people say that could be sensitive to a certain group of people. But then I say, hey, I mean, I got Indian in me, so sitting Indian style, let me say that. But neither here nor there. I am Choctaw, by the way. Choctawing. Choctaw law, baby. But neither here nor there. This guy got a cannon for an arm. I think that Sam Howell got experiences in the National Football League. And for what we was told, shout out to my guy Louis Takes, you know what I'm saying? And Lou been on this thing for his the Washington Commodes or what have you. He used to call Sam Howell Sam Mahomes, right? So Sam, we're gonna have to see him and see what he can do to get things going in the right and proper way. Because accuracy is everything, and if he can put a little touch on the ball, it could be a situation and scenario that my guy Joe get the boot. You know, it is for what it is. But he do have a rocket for an arm, and he can make every big throw down the stretch. If I'm Cavante Turpin, I'm sitting here like, look, I'm going to run a few nines and see if anybody can catch up with me. I'd just be doing that for the love of the game, right? Because if I'm MVS, right, I would love to see Joe Milton drops back and just throw the ball as far as he can. Did I say Louis Takes? Lou T's, man, forget it, man. I'm messing up everybody's name today. But it just hit me like Louis Takes is on our side. Louis T, my mind, I haven't been talking for a minute. But neither here nor there, y'all get where I'm going. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Lou over there for the Washington team, the Washington Lou. But if I'm either of those boys, if I'm Joe Milton, I'm sitting here saying, let me put some speed out here and let's just play around with it and let's see how far we can literally throw the ball and he can take the top off the defense, right? Let's see how much that could be a situation because Joe going to be fighting for his life to stay on this team. And Sam Howell, he's accurate. And I can't wait to see in Oxnard, when they throw the football through the net, who's going to be winning more, you know? And it could be Sam Howell, Mahomes, you know? So we'll see, man. I can't wait to see how all of that goes, especially with the Cowboys and beyond. Let's talk about this excerpt here and we get things addressed. But shout out to Joe Milton and them. He could be on the bubble hot sheet.
No questions. Ask Cowboys fan. Christian Parker, the new defensive coordinator. They drafted Caleb Downs. They've answered all your questions. It's a brand new defense. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Nick,
Of course.
Where have you been?
Super.
Yeah, Louis T, man. I'm calling Louis T. Louis. Both of them, their mama should have named them Law, though. It would have been a better situation for both of them.
Oh, they are back. The star. Jerry, we're loving it.
Well, you bring up Christian Parker as a defensive coordinator, and they get back a healthy DeMarion Overshawn at linebacker. And don't sleep on the safety that they signed, Jalen Thompson, who they really like as well. So there are a lot of defensive reinforcements. The defense was playing better at the end of the last year, which isn't saying all that much, but they were better.
Hey, Get Up, ESPN, Fox, all of these networks is in shambles. They don't know where to go. Look, they literally are in shambles. They sitting here like, do we go negative? Do we go positive? The only thing that we can pick on is Dak Prescott. I mean, Coach Schottenheimer is a real good guy. He's a legacy of a coach because his daddy used to coach in the National Football League, and people give him the utmost respect. Christian Parker, I mean, we are hearing so many good stuff about Christian Parker that it even causing all type of deniability even with the Eagles because they done said so much positivity about the young bull, as they say, and now they can't even really say anything negative, so they are scrambling and scraping because they don't know what their team is going to look like, right? And now you're looking at it like, man, oh my goodness. There's nowhere to go but to talk. The Cowboys are going up.
And I think this team could be dangerous.
Kyle loves the hype.
I'm just so excited to be on ESPN talking about the Cowboys. I'm dead. It must be July.
See, now, see this brother right here. See, we were doing good. And now he try to look. Tell him to lean forward. Just right here. Come on, baby. Yeah, one more time. Yeah.
Talk about the Jets, and then we talk about the Cowboys. We did it.
No, Greedy talks the Jets. We talk
about
the
the Cowboys in December.
Oh, I know.
Regardless of their record.
No question.
Yeah, they are confused though, and let's be real. Let us all be real with this. Let's all be real. In July, they don't normally talk positive about us. You know that? Come on. Even though it is July, right? They normally be setting it up, whereas they would talk good about us in draft month, right? And then they would rip us apart after the draft. And especially around July, they used to talk about XYZ factors of us being not really ready to go. And then they would start, because I've seen this happen multitudes of times. Then they'll start switching back over to positivity when we get out to Oxnard, right? Then that's when, some of the people get access to sideline report stuff. I will never forget, I was out there And they were beating us up all season long. All season long. And this is what pisses me off more so than anything. Then they would give access to those who've been pretty much dogging us all season long. And they give access to them. I remember they used to have this show with I think Molly and Shady McCoy and Emmanuel Acho. And I'm sitting here like somebody as an independent media guy. Man, we had to fight through all type of stuff. But since they was on a certain network, they gave them full front row seats. They gave them buckets of popcorns and Skittles to eat. And they was out there parading on the sideline talking some positivity stuff. And then the moment they got back to their studio, they started speaking negative about back about us. So it was kind of crazy. And then to make a longer story short, they rolled out the red carpet for the Pivot Podcast. I'll never forget. I'm like, shoot, Pivot Podcast just now starting. And I'm out here in Oxnard busting my chops to get over here to the other side. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing Ryan Clark and all of these boys on the field. And the other light-skinned dude that talked bad about Dak. And I'm sitting there like, hey, with the braids and stuff. I forgot his name. He used to play for the football league. I think he was a linebacker or something like that. And I'm saying, like, look at these fake and phony folks out here, man. So they normally butter us up in August, right? They butter us up just a little bit. Yes. Jordan Taylor. Yeah, not Molly. Yeah, Jordan Taylor and Shady McCoy and all of them boys. I forgot the name of that show that they was on. But they do speak easy now with minus Joy, Almond Joy. But it's crazy, though, how all of a sudden they get the flowers. And what pisses me off more than anything is the opening of every year. Jerry Jones think it's right to bring on Stephen A. Smith with that eraser head. He gets out there and he's speaking all of this crazy stuff, talking about Jerry, my buddy. Oh, yeah. I love my buddy Jerry, right? And then Stephen A. Smith be having all type of racial undertones, and Jerry just don't get it, right? I'm just like, get Stephen A. off the damn video and give one of us little guys a chance or a shot at it, But it is for what it is. Jerry, don't you invite Stephen A. Smith up there no more now. Don't do that, Hey, don't he look like the eraser head? The little ones that he used to give you back in middle school, high school. Well, not high school, but you know what I'm talking about. Elementary school. Yeah. Yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith, boy. But neither here nor there. Let's get back to football, man. I can't wait to see this guy right here. I think that he's my dark horse on the rookie sides of things, and that's Barham. I think that he's going to have a tremendous year this year, being able to play freely. You have everybody up front blocking for him. I think that that's going to be really good to see Barham finally. Us Cowboy fans who've been starved of a linebacker, good play, that we're going to see Barham playing. Good. I just feel it somewhere in his beard somewhere that the Cowboys are going to have a damn good season with the linebackers, and it's going to be a first time in a long time. Because here's my takeaway on linebackers. Not only did we had terrible linebacker play, we just had terrible tackling play. Like, these linebackers was allergic to tackling, making people feel it when you hit them. So I'm glad that we got Barham in and these sorts of things. So shout out to him. Let's go to some of this news, and then we'll finish up with a message from Tony Romo. We talked about Mingo already. Let's see what we got here. See what they talking about.
I didn't think he was going to become polarizing, but Dak as the reason the Cowboys lost to the 49ers, I have a significant problem with that. It wasn't his best day. Aaron Rodgers has had some horrible playoff games. Patrick Mahomes has damn near been shut out. These kinds of things will happen if you play football long enough. You're going to come up against a defense with a great game plan, or you're going to have a bad day. But I just don't think the sample size is large enough. And I do believe Dak Prescott would be a multiple-time champion had he been with Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs over the last decade.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the front office and the team around him.
So I did.
Yeah, this conversation is spilling over from the topic matter of what we started over here on the Twitter about Dak Prescott. There's been a lot of ongoing conversations about, he's 2-5. But what the Eagles are doing now is that they're trying to create content and they're finding ways where they can implement how Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. And I get that. If you feel like Jalen Hurts better than Dak, go ahead, feel that way, right? If you feel Jalen Hurts better than Troy, feel that way. But when you look at tape, the throws, the accuracy, the passing percentages, and the completions states otherwise. And for some reason that people, let me see if I can find this up. For some reason, people will use Dak as a punching bag, right? For example, even this gift right here of him losing the ball. I mean, he destroyed the Eagles in this game, right? And it is for what it is. But let me use this Costco sample size from Lord Brunson. He's with the belief, just like a few other Cowboy fans, believe it or not, that if your quarterback is real for what they are, then it doesn't matter what the opposing or the opposite size is, right? And they came from this illustration right here. And I said, damn, you want Dak Prescott to play defense too? Because we had the 7th ranked points per game. We were second in total yards per game, second in yards per game passing. Even in rushing, we made it in the top 10 with 125. In first down games, we were second with 23.1. In 3 and outs, we were first, meaning that we were able to get 13 yards, man, with 3 and out percentages or what have you, whatever that ratio is. But this all stems from this conversation that previously my guy Dan Rogers lamented. Dan Rogers, who he's on the contrarian side of Dak, which is cool. And I get Dan Rogers. He does a great deal of great article writings and stuff like that. And sometimes he be in the middle of some of this mess with Dak, and I get that. But he states this right here. Last season was the only year in Cowboys' storied 66 years of existing that they finished with a losing record despite their starting quarterback playing every game. Never before has it happened. So if the starting quarterback plays every game, never in Cowboys history that we finished out not able to advance to the postseason. Yet despite such an insane blemish, we're still very optimistic about this season. And then Lord Brunson, who's pretty much probably following Dan Rogers, who is a Cowboys beat writer and beyond, which is crazy to me. He says, laughing my ass off, Dak a disgrace to the franchise. And I said, damn, you want Dak Prescott to play defense. And then he goes into a situation where it's, remember, this whole conversation stemmed from Dak Prescott not being able to make his team go to the postseason in spite of their particular defense. And then Lord Bronson lamented this right here. Did Nick Foles needed a defense to beat Tom Brady in the highest scoring Super Bowl of all time? When Jalen Hurts lost to the Pat in the first Super Bowl, he went to war. In fact, he played so good despite the defense not being able to stop Pat. He earned a raise when Dak is going to carry the defense with his skill. Now, He states when Dak Prescott is going to carry the defense with his skills. Now, there are some people that will agree with Lord Brunson, right? And there are some people, most of the people that's in the chat saying, man, why are we even entertaining this bullshit, right? But, there's nothing else to talk about this offseason, but I got to talk about facts, right, versus feelings. And a lot of people get into their feelings. And you can't compare what Nick Foles did in that 13-3 season, 2017 Eagles of winning the Super Bowl that year. For references, I got to be like this. The Cowboys gave up 511 points last season. You're not finna overcome that. I get the Dak Prescott hate. I get how much people really think that Dak Prescott is the ultimate problem and issue. For comparison, which is the thief of all joy, in 2017, the Super Bowl champ Philadelphia Eagles allowed just the entirety of the season 295 points. All right, you move that to the side. Every game, it was 18.4 points per game that they allowed or what have you. That's the fourth fewest points allowed in the National Football League. Since Dak has been playing in the National Football League, we never had those few points allowed. We never had that kind of caliber of defense. I get the Dak Prescott hate, but then he goes into this saying that, hey, well, when Dak Prescott was forced to go into a shootout, and I don't have to bring up that illustration, versus Green Bay Packers, what he's lamenting is that Dak should be able to put on a cape and be able to beat the damn Green Bay Packers in a shootout. Now, let me contextualize for those who don't understand football, who don't get the gist of football. There are other multimillionaires that fights to really take away your good things. And if you go back and you watch that Super Bowl of the Patriots versus the Eagles in 2017, yes, Nick Foles played lights out. But how they played Nick Foles wasn't the same how Green Bay Packers played the Cowboys. Meaning that how they allowed Nick Foles to throw the ball all over them, even though it was back and forward, and it was the highest point or the highest scored game that particular Super Bowl, they didn't rush 4 and drop everybody back in coverage to stop Nicholas Foles. They went with the game plan was, hey, at the end of the day, we need to stop the run. And if Nick Foles can beat us, then he can beat us. One-on-one to the outside, he can throw all of those long balls, all he wants. And what happened was, in that game, regardless of it going into the postseason, guess how many yards did the Philadelphia Eagles average on the ground that season? It wasn't literally fly, Eagles, fly. It was run, Eagles, run. And it's insane that I know more football than Eagle fans because they was averaging 4.5 yards on the ground, plus had the stingiest defense of only allowing 295 points that season. Don't you guys know that Dak Prescott, even if your running back is averaging 3.2 to 3.5 yards per game, if he's averaging that, guess what Dak is? He's damn near undefeated. So not only you got to look at it from the aspect that it was a shootout, but it was also the difference of how they were playing and what made Nick Foles absolutely go crazy, because when he was looking at the defense that the Patriots was putting out there, it was literally one-on-ones. Now, when you go and watch the Green Bay Packers game, and I know it sounds just like, hey, here's Law being an angel investor for Dak Prescott's feelings and stuff like that. They rushed 4. They was able to stop the run before, and they dropped everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie into coverage. There were no openings for the Cowboys to go through. So when people say it should be a shootout, how? When you are one-dimensional and you got nobody in that Mike McCarthy style of calling these plays open, because he was still calling hook routes, button routes. So at that point, there's nothing that you can do but try to force balls into places that they don't belong, which causes turnovers. Unfortunately, the game plan was bland, and the Cowboys got their ass rocked versus the Green Bay, who scored 6 out of the 7 first drives that they had, which is crazy. Law Dog, DC for Life, appreciate you. How can we go if the tight end in the running back room steps up? Imagine if you think Dak is good now. Imagine if Dak loved throwing those seam plays in play action. Yes. Yes. If and I know it's a big if the tight end in the running back room step up. I think the running back room stepped up last season. I think we had a quality of defense. I mean, not defense, but we had quality of run game to help out at least a decent defense. And I think that we're going to have at least a decent defense this year. Foles was a rich man, yeah. Yes, indeed. So I get it. And that's the reason why Nick Foles, after that year, probably disappeared. Because there's more and more tape, more and more situations. You can't take a rain on somebody's parade for winning the Super Bowl. But just because Nick Foles outgunned Tom Brady doesn't mean that he's better than Tom Brady or that he's better than Dak Prescott. It means that, hell, he was on a team that won a Super Bowl. That even that particular team, for those who don't know, that Brandon Graham forced fumble on Tom Brady was everything, right? If Brandon Graham don't force that fumble there, I think that the Patriots are with another Super Bowl, right? So at some point, it is for what it is. It is for what it is. But Foles, hey, he's set for life. You ain't lying. They got a statue for that man and everything. People were eating horse boo-boo because he won the freaking Super Bowl. But if we don't want to hear these words again, this is of hearing Tony Romo, and we'll open up the phone lines from here. Here's Tony Romo on the things that he wished that didn't occur, that occurred, or what have you. Shout out to Tony Romo and them.
I mean, I really contemplated right up till the end because, like, I'm not a guy with big, like, regrets, I guess you could say. Like, I'm not sitting here being like, oh, I regret. I'm like, the only regret I guess I would have is that my job was to bring a Super Bowl to Dallas and I didn't do it. So that always sticks with me a little bit because, you give your whole body and heart, soul, everything into it, and you just wanted that for all the fans, for the Joneses, for everybody that you're around. And so that one always sticks with me a little bit just because, I had that opportunity and just wasn't able to do it. So that part of it kind of still sits there. But at the end, it was like I could go somewhere else and do it because I was like, I got to win a Super Bowl. I mean, it's literally what you play the game for. Nothing else matters. And it just was like, but would that be the same if I went somewhere else and did it? Because at that point, I'd known the game at such a high level. Like my last 20, 25 games, we were pretty successful when healthy.
Right.
But I was getting injured more often and body breaks down in some ways through the years. And I think just it was as simple as it just wouldn't feel as important or as it would be important to me, but I'm like, it was for the people I was around and all the fans that we had.
Man, it's sad to hear my guy talk about those type of things, man. And Tony Romo was one of those guys that really should have an opportunity to advance himself, but I think due to poor coaching and poor GM environments and stuff like that, of course, injuries are injuries, right? And winning one Super Bowl can clothe all of those things, can put an invisible deal over everything. Because there's, for example, Drew Brees. He went I think 3 consecutive years of 7-9, 7-9, 7-9. No one talked bad about that. But the 2 years or the 3 years, I think the Cowboys went 8-8, 8-8. And if I'm not mistaken, 8 games are more than 7 games. But we get hit with the 8-8 boys. But the Saints never got hit with the 7-9 boys, 7-9, 7-9. And they had a better coach. They had better weapons too. They had the better quarterback allegedly. And it just been one of those things. Like, for example, the Cowboys get dog walked by the 49ers, right? The 49ers the following week plays the damn Green Bay. They dog walk Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers get a golden parachute on how terrible he played with the lowest passer rating ever existing for those kind of caliber quarterbacks in the postseason. But since the Cowboys previously lost the week before, people only talked about the Cowboys. So it is for what it is on how all of this is happening, right? There are literally plays. If you go back and watch that Green Bay Packer game in 2023, when the Cowboys got dog walked by the Green Bay Packers, because I saw someone that was kind of like, well, we had the 5th or whatever scoring defense, but can that defense? And here's another thing. When the Cowboys did run up the scores in 2023, Dak Prescott was benched, not by his own doing, but by the coaching. Because we blew out teams, most of the teams, like most of the people call scrub teams, right? And they benched them in the 4th quarter. Enough time for people to look back and say, damn, if he played those games, he probably hit all type of records. But our team offense that year allowed the defense to be better. Law, where are you going with it? Meaning that, shoot, by the time the Cowboys put up points and be up by 2 or 3 scores, the defense literally was one-sided because they knew other teams were not going to run the ball. Now, a lot of people, when you look at it, that's equivalent to, and I always use cars as an example, that's equivalent of you running your car, knowing that you got to get a new thermostat, and you got to engage in looking at the thermostat, and you're seeing that the temperature is going hot. And what you do is roll your windows down, and you turn your heater on, and you be the only one in Dallas with 100 degrees because you know that you're trying to keep your engine a certain temperature. The Cowboys, even in 2023, in 2016, and in 2018, yes, defense may appear to be good, but finite, they couldn't stop the run. And a defense that can't stop the run that's depending on the offense to do, got to score first, that's a terrible game plan. And I get it. People look at stats and they'll say, well, he was this blank scoring ranked defense in this year. But the Cowboys couldn't stop the run. Look, I'm a small guy. I'm a small guy. I'm not a linebacker size. My guy, Marquise Bell, is only 10 to maybe 15 pounds more than me. He was playing linebacker. Let me say this again. I'm a small guy. And Marquise Bell was our solutions. And he's only 10 to maybe 15 pounds bigger than me. And he was our linebacker. So that's what made this situation terrible. In all postseason games, once teams realize that they can run on you and you can't stop that run, it is impossible defeat because there's a demoralizing loss. And the Cowboys had literally multitudes of chances to change that, and they didn't do it. And when we got into that postseason game, the Green Bay Packers, it wasn't a shootout like what you seen what the Patriots did versus the Eagles in that postseason game, in that Super Bowl game. It was a shootout, whereas they are controlling the clock by running the ball and throwing the ball. They are throwing all over the field. There's multitudes of plays that you saw. I think his name was Tucker. so wide open that he was the only person in frame. You would thought that they punted the ball to him. So it's crazy that the defense abandoned everything. But neither here nor there. If you get abandoned by something that ran you off the road and you are here in the state of Texas and you need to get some great representations, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to reach out to our proud partners.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. That is 214 in every 3 that you can dial, or 817 in every 3 that you can dial on your machine. And keep in mind, when you dial that number, you'll get someone on the other end that will fight for you, not against you. Shout out to our proud partners. And if you can't dial that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. DC for life, not for short. Let's get it. Now, my hotline for your mind, 657-390-7391. I got somebody that's waiting here from the 409 D Shift. You're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Chalk Talk, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, what's good, Law?
All is well. Can't complain, Chief.
Man, it's just a shame that we got to keep coming back to this narrative and this conversation, man.
Yeah.
And man, I was watching the guy Big Game James. He was doing his podcast with the Philly guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, like we were talking about, I was hitting you up last week, just talking about, when you contextualize what quarterbacks are doing now and the comparisons and
right.
And overall, they talk about, all right, well, Jalen Hurts and Nick Foles having these big games, and I mean, Law, we not like we seen Larry Brown have a Super Bowl MVP.
Right.
We calling him Deion Sanders.
No way. Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to explain that to those people because they're not looking at the game for what it is. They only looking at it from a perspective that Nick Foles beat Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? It was a shootout. They're not looking at how the team, how the damn Patriots, who were stubborn to a degree, didn't even drop people in coverage. They was just one-on-one, single high, because they were still worried about the run. And they were stubborn to that degree too, by the way. But go ahead, keep talking.
And we know the Patriots, man. They've won those games defensively, and everybody has a bad game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just the lack of just understanding, like, all right, well, you can sit up here and talk about Jalen Hurts having a 4,000-yard season, but nothing been holding them back, man. Nobody's been like offensively. We've seen the Eagles in stances where they needed the pass game to build them out, and they just couldn't revert to that style of play because they just simply weren't capable of playing that way. Not because they don't want to, not because of all this, we're a running style team and the coaches weren't asking him. You paying a guy $50+ million. You think nobody's expecting him to be able to throw his way out of a game at least one time?
Yeah.
And like I say, you can't take away Super Bowls from him. But it's 18, 19 games of a sample size a year.
Yeah.
So you have these 18, 19 games, and we only see you do it in 2-3 games. Regardless if it's a Super Bowl or not, man, there's no way you can hide from the evidence.
Right.
Like I remember having a little playing card with Troy Aikman, man. They deemed that man the silver bullet. Not the silver legs, the silver bullet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and
yeah, man. Because we all knew that Troy Aikman had that ability. He was one of the. I mean, you just watch these guys throw a ball. Like Troy Aikman had one of the prettiest balls. Like, and I, just growing up being a Cowboy fan, I just feel like all quarterbacks are supposed to throw that way.
Right.
It wasn't until like you grow up and you start watching other guys like, damn, our quarterbacks really don't throw it that way. Can't really sling it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, it's just, you know, it's you know, it sucks that we haven't had the defense to kind of validate our quarterbacks and Romo and Dak. And, you know, we're just going to keep ruining these quarterbacks, man. And then, you know, our fan base ends up turning on them because, like it or not, we got a lot of fans who are quarterback centric. You know what I'm saying? So we just going to keep ruining a lot of these quarterbacks until we put these teams together. But that's all I got for the show, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate
and
you.
Hey, man.
Uh-huh.
Man, y'all need to run it back. I know y'all used to do the what's that? The late night hype.
Right.
And I believe it was you, Boss, Voch, and Sky. Man, I need one of those shows again, man. I just one.
Most certainly,
that boy
man.
did collab at least one time.
Man,
but heck yeah, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate
All
you,
right,
man.
Doc.
Yes, indeed. That's D Shift from the 409. And before I let the next caller on, I finally found it because this is what they were asking us to do. And let me show y'all. This is an actual playoff game. You would think that this is a kick return, like he's finna go the other way. He's finna return. No. And this is not Photoshop. This is not AI T-shirt, nobody of that nature. And it was a good call from D-Shift. But this is how wide open. This is how literally wide open Green Bay tight end was in this game. And y'all are expecting the Cowboys to still win. Off of every single play, there was literally Jordan Love was able to throw the football, and you would think it was a punt return. You would think, he's catching this football, and he's turning and walking it in for a touchdown. And you guys are so busy saying that, well, the Cowboys, there's never, as much as I can't stand the Eagles, there's never been a situation and scenario on their run in the postseason that they had to deal with this. Literally. And it's crazy because not only that they were killing us by air, they was killing us by ground. By ground. So when I hear people say, hey, man, they expect Dak to go back out there to beat that? like I get it, man. I understand. We couldn't stop the run nor the pass. But, man, you guys had a top 10 defense that year. You had a top 10 in points allowed or what have you. It's all placebo. This should be the only picture people should be able to look at that Green Bay Packer game when they say, hey, Dak's supposed to be able to outperform this. How? Like, I'm still, to this day, I'm pissed off at Dan Quinn. I got players who played on the team. I got relatives that played on the team, not my relatives, but relatives, other players and players that said that Dan Quinn changed his entirety strategy on defense that game. Dan Quinn knew that he was not going to be back coaching for the Cowboys. Why in the hell would be the incentives for him winning this game, by the way? I'm not saying that Dan Quinn sabotaged everything, but damn, man. And guess what? Nobody was fired. Jerry Jones had an open door policy for Dan Quinn to come back. I digress. I got from the 717 Toxic Tom in the building. Talk to us.
Hey, what's going on, Law? Hope you're doing all right.
I'm doing great, man. Can't complain.
You know, it always makes me wonder, whenever I hear people bring up this type of conversation, it just kind of makes me wonder if you've ever worked a day in your life. Like, I've had some pretty fucking terrible managers in my day that if you're able to pin an entire team's problems on one person,
right?
I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, this is the ultimate team game, and you're expecting me to believe that it's just one guy. Guys, like, I've seen Jimmy Garoppolo throw 5 passes and, quote, win a playoff game. Like, it's the absurdity of this all. And if you, like, peel this back even more, you are basically saying, I need you to play perfect every single game, and if you don't, we're going to lose. That should tell you all you need to know of how, quote, good of a team you actually have. And I love history. So, like, when you think of all the greats in every sport, it's not just one person. Never.
Yeah.
And, like, Jordan needed Pippen. Jeter needed A-Rod and later in the career, and Jeter also had tons of other great players. Like, and that's, like, one thing I just think people just don't grasp of. There's a lot of this that is about luck, too.
Yeah.
Because you could buy a lottery ticket, but you got to be in the right store at the right time, in the right order of the cashier, and they got to pick your numbers that day. And what I mean by that is you could have the best team on paper, and then you run into the fog bowl like the Philadelphia Eagles did against the Chicago Bears. I thought the Eagles that year were the better team with Randall Cunningham, but you ran into a really shitty situation. You couldn't overcome it.
Right.
That being said, if you are going to try to win a Super Bowl, you literally need everything to bounce your way. Right. Every flag, every weather game, everything. So why are you walking to a playoff game with a fat chuckle fuck like Mike McCarthy running a 1995-style offense, a DC that's on Zillow who switches from man all year to zone the week before the playoffs start, and your defense is giving up 5 yards a clip to Aaron Jones, and you're thinking, oh, Dak's the problem? Man, if you think it's that simple, then part of me, Law, wants Dak to leave. I want some of these fans to see the days of Chad Hutchinson, Quincy Carter, Vinny Testaverde, Anthony Wright, Tony Banks, and all those non-playable characters they were trotting out to the field to say that we have a legitimate chance. And that the last thing I'll say on this entire topic is I love Dak Prescott, but I would never say that Dak Prescott played great. Absolutely not. But I always say that to people who did play great that game. Because when I'm seeing entire units just look flat, defeated, and just getting their shit pushed in and being told to bite the pillow and you're going to blame your quarterback, it makes me question if you ever played a team sport in your entire life. And if you did, there's a reason probably why you're not on that team anymore, is because people like you are fucking vermin. Like, you just love to blame other people when in fact it's a team collective ass whooping. And unless the actual problem changes, because last I checked, Tony Romo and Dak Prescott have the same career arc, but the only thing they have in common is who? That's all I'll say. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to take that note from Toxic Tom. So you got to tell a Toxic to bite the pillow, right? Why you pushing that back? Okay. Hey. Oh, I got some tips, man, for Toxic Tom, man. Bite that pillow, girl. Oh, my God, I had to take it there. But, yeah. Oh, my God, my mind went there when you said you're getting shit pushed back, bite the pillow. Oh, my goodness, man. If I ever get my junior, y'all know how, huh? Bite that pillow. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh, man. Whew. Oh, my. All right, so what we were talking about? We were talking about the Cowboys and their in the way that, Dak Prescott, yes, he didn't play great, but damn, he can't have no margins for errors, man. And it is for what it is. Look, people don't believe that this was an actual game. And yes, I'm trying not to say that Dan Quinn sabotaged the team, but damn it, man, he sabotaged. Like, there's no way that you can see this and you be cool, calm, and collected. Man, there'll be furniture moving on the sideline. There will be somebody benched at this moment. There will be something that can literally get into the situation of you saying, all right, cool. Let me see this again, everybody. But everybody like, damn, you on your way out, man. Yeah, you ain't going to be here, So it is for what it is. And I love the way Toxic Tom did bring up the fact that we went from people fail to realize that's a miracle almost for us to fall upon Tony, and then we went from Tony to Dak Prescott. And Dak wasn't really accepted by most Cowboy fans until 2021 sometimes. You know, they were still mad. I literally got comments of, hey, Tony would never threw that. Man, we bring Tony back in 2017. Hey, Tony wouldn't do that. We need Tony, man, in 2018. There were literally Cowboy fans preaching that they would love to see Tony Romo back on his team in 2019. It's crazy. In 2020 and all of this stuff. And Tony can barely play a full round of golf. No, and I'm not taking any shades at my guy, but I got my brother from another mother from the 817. Kobe, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's going on, Love?
Hey, man, all is well. Can't complain, Kobe. What you got for me, Kobe?
Awesome. Shoot, there's still people that want Tony Romo as a broadcaster over that.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part about it. That is the crazy part about it.
Yeah,
you know? Just to go back on that, man. I mean, Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's a decent quarterback. You know what I mean? He's nowhere in my top 15. Just because I've seen his body of work. You know, I'll ask you a question. If you take Sam Darnold off of that recent Super Bowl team and put Jalen Hurts on that team, you think they win the Super Bowl?
If Sam Darnold was on, if you talking about if Hurts was on the Seattle?
Seattle, yeah.
I think yeah. They won last year. Yeah. Hurts, put it like this, Hurts. I don't think that Hurts is an extreme bad quarterback. You know, he can manage the game. He can do things, create open ability for actual, receivers and running games and stuff like that. Seattle would have probably been able to win the Super Bowl last year with Hurts or even with Dak. Hell, with Baker Mayfield, they probably would have won it,
What I'm getting at is because that team was so stacked on defense and on offense.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts has never had a great season with a terrible defense. His defense has always been top 10.
Yeah.
Every time they went deep off in the playoffs and went to a championship.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that the team has always been built around him. That's why he's had the success that he's had.
Right.
Now, when it comes to Dak Prescott, we'll give you CeeDee Lamb, we'll take away Amari Cooper, we'll take away Ezekiel Elliott, we'll give you a decent runner back and Rico Dow. We'll give you a decent runner back in Tony Pollard, and we'll give you a top 20 defense. He's never had a stacked team around him, so when you compare the two, it's kind of unfair because it's not equal. It's not an equal scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then here's the craziest thing. I hate to say this, man, but what people would do is, just like in 2023, they'll pull up the fact that, hey, your defense were stopping people. Your defense were forcing turnovers and takeaways and stuff like that. And I get that. But if you go back and look at games when teams decided to run on us,
it's over.
It's over with. So that's the thing, man. It's so hard to explain, to get that point across to people who, for one, who didn't play the game, and for two, that don't understand to watch the game, or for three, the people that play Madden all day, that they think that every shootout should be the way, but it's not. And if you can't run on demand and stop the run, you're not going to be a good team in the postseason. If you can't run the ball and stop the run.
Especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I just hate the hate that Dak gets, and he's always, like you said, he's always got it since he's came as a Cowboy when he took the job for Tony Romo.
Yep.
And as he know, he's been here for a decade. It ain't gonna change when you're a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's not
you
gonna
embrace
change.
it. You strap up every day and you strap up your chin strap. You get out there and you play. That's just the way the game goes. Being a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. You know what I mean?
Most certainly, man.
Before I get out of here, man, I'm just excited for the season, man. You've been killing it this all season. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
Keep, putting your name out there, putting the brand out there. You represent the nation so well, bro. God bless you, man. And I'll see you soon.
Man, appreciate you, Kobe, man, from the 817, man. I needed them flowers, man. Shoot, them good flowers right there. I mean, I'm plant them, man. I'm gonna put them on the side over here, man. Appreciate you, Kobe. You know, and the off season been long, man. You know, through a whole bunch of trials and tribulations, some short gaps and stuff like that I can't speak upon. But it's just been crazy this off season, man. Getting shanked in the knife by the butter with the butter knife and stuff like, you know what I'm saying? Getting shanked in the back by the butter knife or what have you. But every day I try to come out here with a big smile on my face and just understanding that it comes with the territory, right? And it don't even have to be, right? So if y'all don't see me on certain shows, it's not just me. It just, I ain't gonna even, look, I miss the days, man, when everybody don't see themselves as celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't try to one-up you and stuff like that. I miss the days when we can just pull up our phones and we just do Cowboys content. But now, man, you got people who damn near think that they Hollywood around this mug. Well, you know what I'm saying? You got gatekeepers. You got people that will lie and put your names into certain stuff. So I miss the good old days, man, when we can just sit back, get in the car, talk Cowboys, and it's not about who said it first or who know this person more or who been on this platform or your point need to be just your point, not somebody else's opinions and thoughts. Man, I miss those days. But now everybody is literally high and mighty, man. Everybody like, hey, man, I'm this, I'm that. I'm just like, damn, sheesh, you know. But the good thing about me is that the same person that you see behind this camera is the same damn person you see out there at Walmart, Publix, you know what I'm saying, at the grocery store, and the same person that be out there in the Oxnard, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna give you the same energy. So it's just crazy how people switch up on you, man. But I'm going to be real, so it's going to be sometimes a 2-hour show, a 1-hour show, a 30-minute show. Sometimes, hell, I might not be able to play that ad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to continue to do me because I'm operating my purpose. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be in certain rooms with certain people to get validation. When I tell people all the time validation is only good for parking, I meant every word of it, right? When I tell people like I'm doing this because I'm operating my purpose and this is what I'm doing, I mean every bit of it. So yeah, I can turn down a few things. Yeah, I don't have to be force feed and have this and that over my channel. And yes, if you ever see me in person and you want to talk about what I'm talking about that I can't say real live like now, I'm going to tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? And let's get the next caller from the 979. But when I tried, but when I held that 9, all I can see with my mama's eyes. Baby, what's good with your day, Pay?
Man, we're chilling as always, man. I appreciate you giving me a chance to speak.
Yeah.
You know, man, you off topic on the football, what you was just talking about, man. Yeah, it's crazy how much it's always somebody that's trying to tear you down, man. Always trying to one up you and things of that nature, man. Especially when you try to be as kind as you want to be, and and people just take advantage of that, or just form of jealousy, man. I'm experiencing a lot of that stuff in my own life, man, and they definitely be trying to test your gangster for real, man. So, but you gotta, try to move forward. But neither here nor there on that. But my whole opinion when it comes to Dan Quinn is that I never felt that those defenses were just playoff caliber type of defenses. Like it was just always if they could force turnovers, they could pin their ears back and it would make the defense look a whole lot better than what it really was. But if they couldn't get those turnovers, then just like you said, where the team, like another offense ran the ball on them, they was getting ran through, and also they looked better against the far inferior teams when they went up against the top teams like the 49ers, the Buffalo Bills, and things of those nature. Like they would just get obliterated. And after that Packer game, I think every single time they go up against that Washington team, I hope they beat the brakes off of them every single time. I definitely
keep talking. Somehow my audio was leaking over. But go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I couldn't be the head coach for the Cowboys because I would run up the scoreboard on Dan Quinn every time I played him because of that 2023 playoff game. But I'll say this about about Dak Prescott. Kind of like to echo what Toxic was saying. Nobody is saying that he played great, but like but who else? I mean, it's just like for the life of me, I'll just never understand how. And I got family members that are Cowboy fans that that don't like Dak Prescott, and it's like, well, who do y'all want, man? It's like Toxic. He named all the quarterbacks that we had. Like we got lucky with Tony and Dak. So I mean, it's like, in my opinion, if we didn't have Dak on the team, we'd be finishing in the top. We'd be drafted in the top 5 every year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying that he makes the team, but it's like, it's crazy to me. Like I guess this is my last question I ask. Do you think that Dak is respected by the fan base?
Is he respected by the fan base?
Yeah.
Nah, I think that respect should be like when Roger was playing Starback, everybody was like on Roger's side, right? When Troy Aikman would play quarterback, it was like most of I guess I was younger at that time, but everybody was pretty much like, even on the Cowboys side, on Troy. It wasn't like really banging for Steve Berline to come back or oh wow, Jason Garrett, he came in and he did a great job. Let him be the starting quarterback. But these last few eras, man, between Tony and of course Dak has just always been, and of course we all know that the backup quarterback always get talked about in Dallas, but the overall respect thing was always to the starting quarterback. But in Cowboys world, you saw a spoonful of game from Cooper Rush, and they were like, hey, Cooper Rush need to be the starter now, man. Come on, man. You saw what Cooper Rush did? I mean, he wouldn't be able to do X, Y, and Z. And then you realize that Cooper Rush was basically just for what it is, a backup quarterback, even when he went to the Ravens land, right? So it just, I think that our fan base is such a, believe it or not, a toxic one, is that it spilled over, that we seem as if though we should be privy to like what we seen out of Pat Mahomes or what we seen out of Tom Brady, or to a degree what we seen out of Jalen Hurts. All of the quarterbacks that I just mentioned, their front office, their GMs put things around them and supported them. Versus Dak Prescott, it was always, let us see if he can get it done by himself, or let the media drag his name out and stuff like that, which is crazy.
Yeah, man, and that is crazy, because I want to remind a lot of people that Jerry Jones is the only owner that has ever said to his star quarterback that he's going to have to learn to do more with less.
Yeah,
that came out of his own mouth.
Yeah, more with less.
So, I mean,
yeah.
So like, how do you say that to your quarterback who you just paid, that he has to learn to do more with less? That makes absolutely no sense at all.
Right.
And I think common sense said that last time we was on the last call, is that one of the biggest mistakes that Jerry made was like not defending his star players.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if that was a mic drop, I mean, that was like probably one of the biggest mic drops I've ever heard, because that's what happens. Like these, like especially Dak. I to my opinion, Jerry has never fully embraced Dak as the quarterback of the team. It wasn't until maybe going into this season where it feels like he kind of started to give some praise to him. But other than that, it's been, I feel like he's been salty because, how Dak got the job. I mean, that's nobody's fault. That's just what happened. So, but I mean, I don't want to keep up blabbing mouth. Man, appreciate it as always, Law.
Most certainly, DP. Thank you for calling in, bro. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Good call from my guy DP. And what happened is that people fail to realize coaching plays such a major role. And your coach is the determining factor on how your team is assembled times your GM. It's been a 30-year drought, but you can literally look at those 30 years and say, 3 of them years, they had Dave Campo. Don't you know how? Don't y'all understand? Dave Campo was coaching this team. And we talked about the 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. That naysayer went 5-11, 5-11, 5-11. Yeah. And people laugh and joke when I say this, but this is real. We didn't suck enough to be even mentioned to get a chance to get a Michael Vick. And Michael Vick, if the Cowboys were to draft Michael Vick, oh my God. We'd have had to keep some dogs away from him. Michael Vick, they'd probably put him in a firing range. What he did to them damn dogs. No offense. Shout out to Peter. Don't come after me. Shane Gailey, man. Y'all remember we had Shane Gailey. Shane Gailey. For a couple of years. Wade Phillips. And overall, we had Jason Garrett for 13 years. You're supposed to have a damn drought if you have Jason Garrett for 13 years. There's a time in a situation where it's me and Jason Garrett, we go apply for a head coaching job, we both get the same answer. Let me know if I'm lying. We both will get the same answer. Yeah, man, these good guys, man. Yes, indeed. They'll probably take a shot at Law before they take a shot at Jason Garrett. No offense to Jason Garrett. But he was our coach, head coach, for 13 years. Well, 10 years, 3 being the offensive coordinator. Let me see if I can find Red Ball, And then our immediate answer from leaving Jason Garrett was to get a bigger version of Jason Garrett. Was Mike McCarthy. He was a bigger Jason Garrett. And he was here for 5. And his claim to fame was, hey, they won a Super Bowl in 2010. I would have been looking at Mike McCarthy's resume and been like, yeah, dog, yeah, you won a Super Bowl in 2010. Yeah, that's good. But, man, you got Aaron freaking Rodgers, man, and you got a run game, and your defense been better than ours. What was your reason for not winning it all right? So our expectation was we're going to get a guy who had, dare I say, a third of the people who believe that Aaron Rodgers was a better quarterback than Dak already. Hands down, there's people believe that even to this day that Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback. So we're going to take that coach and insert him here and put more and more pressure, more and more highlights on big Mike McCarthy, and he's going to win it all here. We're going to dismiss all of the news and the rumblings that came out of Green Bay with the masseuse and all of this stuff and tardiness and late and lack of work efforts and all of this stuff. We're going to dismiss all of that and bring him here. When a lot of people were saying that Mike McCarthy was one-dimensional, that he don't like to run the ball. And we supposed to win it all. And I was saying on Start Time last week before I let 100 grand on, I was saying on Start Time last week or the week before last, I was literally looking at it like they were talking about what are your overall expectations of Schottenheimer? And I said at some point of time when we went 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, Schottenheimer was in the building. He was here. Every year we went 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. Now he got his fingerprints on it. Now I gave him a mulligan from last year. So it's still an open book for him because our offense wasn't the real issue last year. At least we identified something about getting the run game going. We only got one issue on offense now, and that is red zone efficiency level. And if GP or JP, I meant to say, if he calls in, he's going to talk about penalties, and that we should look into penalties and correcting that. Yes, we can correct some penalties. But for 30 years, 30 seasons, it's been damn sure defense that's been our issue. The last time we had solid defenses was the 5-11, 5-11, 5-11 year. Shit. We had 5-11. Now, that's when we had solid defense, but the offense, to Toxic Tom point, we had Drew Henson in them. Clint Stoner and all of them boys, right? And we had Ryan Leaf as the quarterback. So that was the last time we had a solid defense. But let's see if we can get solid defenses now. You know what I'm saying? I got my guy with the plan $100,000 from the 201 you in. Dog, talk to me, man.
When I hit you, we can do that behind the scenes. Don't tell me now.
Okay. Damn, your voice deeper than mine, man. What happened this weekend? Damn. I'm like, yes. G-O-D. I didn't know I got the direct line to help. Yes,
Listen,
I'm $100,000. Remember, sheesh.
That's not for you, man. That's for the ladies.
Oh, for the ladies. Well, hey, I don't want to take it. I just thought I thought God jumped in. I said, God, you finna take me? You finna take me to go see Mama? You know? Jeez, but go ahead, bro.
It was my mother's birthday, by the way, yesterday.
Okay, baby.
Happy birthday to Mama again.
Happy birthday to Mama. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the problem too, man, is like in Cowboys land, we got to deal with so much politics. We got to deal with Jerry Jones and him dipping his toe and all that. So it's a lot that other teams don't got to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I said the last time, you know, they don't have to deal with any of that.
Right.
Dak Prescott won a Super Bowl, man. I agree. I heard somebody say, you know, Dak Prescott will be the greatest quarterback in Cowboys history based off all he had to deal with. I forget who said that, but I really think that'll be the truth.
If Dak Prescott is able to win just one,
the Super Bowl,
just one, I'm gonna put. Look, I know it sounds crazy, but I'll put Dak. Shit, I probably put him on top of everything. You ain't lying. But keep going.
Because the scrutiny I ain't gonna talk about the scrutiny from the fans. They do that. Even Tony Romo got that. So even when it wasn't social media, I don't care. If you the quarterback of the Cowboys, that's what you're gonna get automatically. That just come with the territory.
Yeah.
But the taking away of players, Jalen Hurts, even though they took away from Jalen, they still tried to replace it though.
Yeah. Immediately.
Dak Prescott never got that. You committee at wide receiver. Go ahead. Make it work.
Yeah.
Now, all this Jalen Hurts until they say, you know what, Jalen? We're going to give you these lemons. You got to make it work.
Man. $100,000.
And he do that?
Let me say that. Let me just say this, though, $100,000. That damn ESPN rankings got every Eagle fan on their damn beaks and bellies, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Just the Jalen Hurts one. Just the Jalen Hurts. Just the Jalen Hurts one.
No. Not just that one. Not just that one. Look at the wide receiver. Where's Smitty?
Oh, yeah. Hey, they put that brother at 22nd. Hey, I'm sending them Eagle tears, boy. I'm just filling my cup up with Eagle tears. I said, yeah, pour a little bit more. Because that, but a couple of weeks ago, when they were the second ranked team overall, I haven't heard one criticism. Like, yeah.
Zero.
We're the number 2 team.
That goes to show you.
Oh my gosh, boy!
It's not about Jalen Hurts. It's the defense that runs that team.
Yeah.
And you can't debate. Hey, Brunson, It's I don't care. Jalen Hurts make everybody better. Jalen Hurts, no, it is the Eagles' defense that won those championships. It's the Eagles' defense that runs that football team. Because if they defense ain't humming, that team is losing.
Yeah.
When we came back from 20-0.
Yeah.
At halftime, Jalen Hurts. Where was Jalen Hurts at? Where was the miracle throws? You know why we came back and won? Because we made that defense shut down.
Yo, man.
We made that defense crumble. And it was over. Where was Jalen Hurts at? I've seen Jalen Hurts. If you could win a football game, right?
Right.
And you only remember that game? What'd he throw?
Man.
Like 50 yards last year or something like that. I forgot what it was. But the offense didn't do nothing, and they still won the football game. So if you telling me that's because of Jalen Hurts, or are you telling me it's because of that defense?
Yeah.
That defense. Everybody, Lord Brunson want to put stuff up. And he want to make things go viral. Law, you need to go up and put this video up. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's the Eagles defense. Stop saying Jalen Hurts runs shit around here and he's the greatest thing since sliced bread when he's not. It's the Eagles defense. So Brunson, instead of making Hurts hats, you need to make an Eagles defense hat. Because both of those Super Bowls, it was the defense. It was not Jalen Hurts.
Man, come on with it, man.
They
in love with Hurts, man. Look, Hurts, they put more faith in Hurts, and Hurts got faith in himself. They be like, man, Hurts be like, damn.
Exactly.
Hurts be like, damn, they believe in me more than I believe in me, you know what I'm saying?
and they sit there and they say, and we put Dak Prescott on the Eagles. He wouldn't win the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott would have won 4 Super Bowls in a row with that defense.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
What are you talking about? AJ and Smitty with Dak Prescott, with Saquon Barkley running the ball with the best offensive line. Forget having 1 Super Bowl. He would have 4 because it's not Jalen Hurts. It is the Eagles defense. Y'all need the media, all that need to stop with the lying. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's the Eagles defense.
Get him, man.
Period. Every time they won games, a block punt, Eagles win. Wasn't because of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts can't. Everybody talk, and you can't compare Jalen Hurts to Troy Aikman because Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball worth a damn. All he do is run. And that goddamn tush, you take that tush push out. You didn't even win those games. I'm tired of cooking. I'm tired of cooking.
No, keep cooking. I'm trying to look for this damn thing, man, that my guy put together. Keep cooking because I'm trying to put this together.
And if you want to debate me on this, I don't care. Oh, he don't turn the ball over. Throwing. How could you turn the football over when all you doing is handing the ball?
He threw the ball. He was 11 for 15. They won the game with he was 11 for 15. I can't find the clip though, but he was 11 for 15 or something like that, and he threw for like 121 yards. Right, 0 touchdowns, 0 INTs, and I think the final score was like 31-7 versus the 49ers. They said, "Hey, see, Hurts." That could never do. Up to the like, I was like, "Nice sound. You can put me back there for 11 for 15."
Come on, man! Like, stop it. What are you talking about? Seriously?
That could never. I'm just like, you right. You ain't lying, dog. They'll only throw the ball, only make 11 completions, and still beat the team 31-7. You know, yeah, you right. That could never. Jeez.
That could never.
Oh my gosh, man.
Jalen Hurts, and you want to talk about Jalen Hurts, man? It ain't all about the stats. Yeah, it ain't all about the stats because Jalen Hurts can't do it. Why it's not all about the stats? Anybody? Oh, he made throws in the Super Bowl. Because they was game planning for the running back.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is throw YOLO ball. Smitty back there, he going to catch it. DJ back there, I'm going to just throw it up there. He going to grab it.
Man.
You kidding me? And you got Dallas Goddard. Come on, Law. Dak Prescott would have 4 Super Bowls if he had that set up. The only reason why Dak Prescott ain't win is because he has no defense.
Yeah.
He ain't have a running game. And when he had running game, no defense. When he had the wide receivers, no running game. Everything matches up in Eagles land.
Hey, man.
Let one thing fall apart in Eagles land and they will not win. And as the most important thing is the defense. I want to see Jalen Hurts win in a shootout. Not with handing the ball off to Saquon.
Right.
Not with no tush push. I'm talking about standing back there, slinging that football. And every Eagles content creator and fan knows he can't win a football game like that. But we seen Dak Prescott do it.
You preaching, boy. Jeez, you preaching, man.
So that shut down every argument talking about how Jalen Hurts ain't better than Dak and Jalen Hurts is better than blasphemy. Troy Aikman. You must
crazy.
be out your mind.
Man. It's this, man. That's why I can't wait for the season to pop off, man, because like I said, when they made that damn 17th rank, I said they're going to give us a lot of material, bro. Oh, my gosh, man. The Eagle fans, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy,
That's
man.
it, man. That's all I had to say.
Man, everything else good your way, man?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Man, appreciate you for calling in, man. Let me hear you say it one time,
All right.
man.
How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? I couldn't find that clip I was looking for while he was going in, but, man, he was the last caller. But it's crazy, man, on how all of this stuff hits, man, and it's crazy how people really believe that, you know, what Hurts is not to take away from Hurts, man. Like I said, not to take away from him. But where they got him at is where they got him at. If they got him at the 17th ranked quarterback, the 16 quarterbacks that's ahead of him would have won a Super Bowl too if they was on that damn Eagles team. You know, but people fail to realize that, and probably the quarterbacks that behind him, you're like the 18th to 19th, any of those quarterbacks probably would have won it. But not to take away from them, I can't wait, because there's a few Eagle fans. They was turning on him anyway. There's a few of them already turned on him already, and then they be trying to throw the little race card at me. It'd be funny as hell. They're like, well, you know, Law, come on, man. I have one guy, I ain't gonna expose him. Hey, man, you gotta stick with the black quarterbacks, man. Come on, man. You know, if Jalen Hurts was a white guy, you guys would be talking about giving him praises. But since he a brother, I'm like, man, you don't shut all of your mouth up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are the city of brotherly love and all of this stuff. And at the end of the day, it ain't had nothing to do with what the hue of Jalen Hurts is. If he can't hit water if he falling out of the boat, that means that he just can't hit water if he falling out of the boat. And when we say that he is a running back of a quarterback, he is that, you know, regardless of it. You know, I've been giving Hurts the same amount of heat that I gave Joshua Allen. And last I checked, I think Allen probably got a little bit more brother than him than Hurts. Oops, did I say that out loud? But I'm just saying, I think that it is for what it is. Haven't I been giving Joshua Allen a lot of heat? And he's damn sure ain't a brother. So it ain't nothing to do with if he's a brother and all this stuff. Now, everyone, them Eagle fans, they be trying to find any other way. Trying to get me to say I need to support Jalen Hurts because he a brother. Man, get out of here, you know. And they say, well, you only like Dak Prescott because he's black. Man, Dak identify more. When I'm listening to Dak Prescott, he ain't really on the Tyrone side that much, man. He listening to and I ain't trying to say that my brother, but my brother be like, man, listen to all type of other stuff. But that's a whole nother conversation, ladies and gentlemen. It is for what it is. Shout out to you, Paul. I have plenty of white quarterbacks. Yes, indeed. But the Cowboys, regardless of it, regardless of the situation, you put this in front of Dak Prescott. Give that man a run game and let us have the other side of the defense being for what they are. I'm talking about for what, even if the defense can find a way to stop and shut down the run, oh my God. Oh my God, man. We'd be in a whole different stratosphere with this quarterback, Dak, under center. And we're going to be saying, yeah, here we go. Ice Cold Tower. Gangster Dak, man. Me and Dez got into it over that with Dak Prescott. And that's why Dez, man. Shout out to Dez, man, for all what he do in Dallas and what have you. But, you know, I say, man, Dak cool. I talked to him. He cool and all. But he ain't finna have that camp that he do. He ain't finna put that thing in Oak Cliff. You know, and I stand 10 toes with it. And Dez going back and forth. Yeah, man, I know Dak. He would have it at Oak Cliff. Man, Dak is not finna go south of Dallas to throw any youth camp and any football camp and all of this stuff over here in Duncanville, Cedar Hill. He ain't finna do all of that. Dak understand. You know, Dak gonna appease to a certain crowd of people, but he ain't finna just take it and say, okay, I'm finna set up a whole camp. Now, he might do it now because I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Dak. Come on down to the south side. Come on down to Arlington and stuff and do some of them camps. But that's neither here nor there. Toxic Tom says, I knew you were cool. Shout out to you. Ice Cold, if this is a running back game, not a good then trade for RB1 before the trade deadline. I think Javonte Williams, I think he's still going to be a hard-nosed runner. He's still going to run downhill. I think that Jadon Blue, what the Cowboys are waiting to do is to see Jadon Blue. They're waiting to see what Malik Davis can do as well. And the way they look at it from a running back perspective, even if we break glass now for a nice, like what, Nick Chubb or somebody else out there, if we go get those boys, they're just going to take up reps for Phil Maffa or for the other guy, Robinson, that we went and picked up this offseason. So it's just better. It's just better for the Cowboys to wait and see what they got out of the running backs now, unfortunately. Because they think running backs will come a dime a dozen. Like I said earlier, I'll prefer the Cowboys to go get us a linebacker, then another edge rusher, and then other spots on the defensive side, right? I'm not really banging the table for a running back right now, right? Like I said, you put me with a helmet on, they be like, man, that damn law, man, shoot. I'm older than Romo. Just to let you know how old I am. I'm older than Romo, and I ain't trying to get back out there to play no football. I ain't no way. Me and Jason Witten out here, no way. I'm that old. But neither here nor there, Cowboys Nation, as we continue to grind and shine on our way out. Dak Prescott lived in the trailer park. He ain't going back. No, I ain't going back to no trailer park. No offense to Dak. You got to do things that work for you. But on defense, linebacker, edge rusher, and whatever else they go out there and go get. That's my order right there. Ladies and gentlemen. And as this room departs, yes, me and Jason Witten about the same age, man. I think I'm a little bit older than Jason. With the hair or without the hair. Shout out to Jason Witten. Shout out to Jason Witten, man. Cowboys, regardless of the situation, man, love y'all to the stars and back. This team remained quiet during this offseason, which is cool, and I love it. I need for us to continue to remain quiet, continue to remain quiet. Let us figure out ways that we can look back at this and say to ourselves, okay, cool. Our only reservation on offense, tackles. Our other reservations on offense, can we score in the red zone? Well, the part of the problem is, if we scored in the red zone in training camp in Oxnard, is that a plus? Is that a plus for us, or is it still a negative for the defense? So I need the defense to stop us from scoring in the red zone. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. So that's why it's so important for when we have these moments with the Rams that we play lights out. That's why it's so important when we have these moments with the Saints, we need to play lights out. Because the Cowboys got this theory that they don't like to play their guys in preseason. So the only thing that we would know is against the Rams and the Saints. Then week 1, we play against the Giants. We use that as a warm-up game. And I hate to say that, but they divisional foes. You never want to take your divisional foes lightly. Right? So Cowboys, let's figure out a way to stand tall or not at all with it. The 4 veteran guys, they got to play lights out. Let's make it a situation whereas it's not politics in the mix. But life is always a cycling process. So let me tell you this, through the cycles of it, tell me not in mournful numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers. And things are not what they seem. Life is real, and that life is earnest, and the grave is not his goal. Dust I are, to dust return, wasn't even spoken of the soul. In his broad fields of battle and bivouacs of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be that hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us that we can live our lives sublime and departing. Leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember,
time to run it all.
Come on, baby.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, this wet. Time to run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Time to run it all.
Come on.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this wet. Time to run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Time to run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely.
Come on, baby.
To a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Oh, now you want to hold me. Shout out to your law dog, baby.
Trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one.
Robinson, baby, 24/7, baby.
The first one in, the last one out. Can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, let's get 6 of them, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this time to run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Time to run it on. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this time to run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I
stretch.
Time to run it. I gon' make me take that trip way out.
Oxnard, baby.
All them Nigeria come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried.
Shout out to C Bad.
Made some bad decisions that
the longest outro in the land, you heard?
I promise to a swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Come on.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip this, tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But
look at my African American.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip this, tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell 'em run it on. Nothing but love for you, baby.
Come on, choir.
This is where we hold up. This is where we fight.
Oh, boy.
Nobody.
The sounds of soft souls, hits, oldies, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers, Choctaw Casino and Resort. Book your stay. Don't gamble it away, though. Here at Choctaw Lawn Casino Resort. Yup.
Take a drink of my cigarette. Bring me out.
Bite down on that pillow, man. What you tell them, Toxic? Bite down on that pillow, girl. Oh my gosh. Let the street lights. You know it's danger. It's danger, baby.
Don't let the street lights hit you.
JP! Man, JP, we were waiting for you, man. We wanted to have a whole conversation with you. He said, damn, Natchez, you gone already. Handle your business, fam. Put your hands together for the contrarian, JP, that's in the chat. Be sure to find his channel and follow, support him. JP, are you with me? All at one. The longest outro in the land.
Don't let the
Street lights. You know it's danger.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be okay too?
The longest outro in the land.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors.
Come on, y'all.
Ushers, close the doors.
Shout out to Law Dog. Toot Robinson.
Close the doors.
Bring them baskets. I know you got $1 somewhere. Somebody send me $1, man.
Those that are watching.
Send me $1, man. Help a brother out, man. Help a brother out, man.
See, if I get 1,000 online to do this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give it $20. But I need everyone standing up here. It's an evil world we live in. Because again, it costs the city. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk.
Stop crying about what went wrong.
Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the,
oh my God,
on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving.
Tonight? That was it. 40,000. I'm still. Come on, choir. Watch you hit that high note. Seabass, I know you hit it. Ghostface, come on.
I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys.
That lady followed me all throughout that night, man. I was trying to get away.
I'm still them boys. Oh my God. Them boys, them boys,
What's your point? What's your point? Okay, so what?
Stop crying
About what went wrong.
Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys.
And make it right. God will take pain
I'm still them
and
boys.
make it power.
I never mixed them two together.
Sacrifice.
What we do?
Don't give up the fight.
Come on, man.
Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah.
It's an evil world we live
Depend
in.
on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
You have to
take some money out, all of it.
And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working.
Shout out to Law. I'm the first one to put the saxophone. You're just a different type of saxophone. Rex! Can't take this no more, Rex. I'm just chilling for right now. I'm looking over everything. About to depart and go grab me something to eat. I had got some sandwich meat the other day. And the sandwich meat was pretty good. Shout out to pastrami. I'm going to do some pastrami with slightly toasted bread, avocado. I got some pepper jack cheese, and I'm gonna put some lettuce and tomatoes with some damn Himalaya salt. I got Himalaya salt, ladies and gentlemen. Himalaya salt. That's what I'm about to eat. I'm gonna make myself a sandwich. What y'all eating on, man? I got some Lay's though. I don't know. I think the Lay's gonna hit better with this pastrami. Or shall I do the Doritos? I got Doritos. Tell you that pastrami, man, y'all better don't sleep on pastramis, man.
I've got balls of steel.
The longest outro. In the land.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Suck.
Pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Execute Order 66.
In the words of the great
Biggest fan. And when things are really tough,
Uncle
and
Charles.
and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who you're gonna meet.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you.
Wait a minute now.
If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Now hold on now. Hold on, Seabass. He said if you like mayo, you should be arrested right now. Now, if you like lots of mayo, but I think mayo is good on a sandwich, man, but not too much, man. just the context of what mayo is and all of that stuff, I get what you're saying though. Yeah, like you don't have to put gobs of mayo on it, right? And as far as mustard, I think mayo and mustard together. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, with a little sea salt or some Himalaya salt on some pickles. Oh my goodness, man! Let me go eat this sandwich, man. DC for life, not for short. I need to refine Roger to put him in the loop.
We answered. I talk stuff. I thought we had. We answered. I talk stuff. I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt.
We got that tear
I love
form.
my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go birds, fly, Eagles fly. Still
Go birds. Let's go birds. ELGS.
We answered. I talk stuff. I thought we had it.
The two teams, in my opinion, with the greatest rivalry as far as this city is concerned, took the field. And the team from this city, they didn't even show up. We got out-coached. We got out-physicaled. We got out-manned. We got out-wanted to. We got out-aggressive. You name it. Any adjective that you can come up with, the Dallas Cowboys outdid us in that area. Because
Damn shame what they did to that bird.
We answered. I talk stuff. I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team. And
Watch how that tear formulate, though. Look at that tear. Watch how it formulate.
You're crying.
The formulations of that damn tear.
I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go birds, fly, Eagles fly. Still Super Bowl champ for now.
All right, I'm gone this time, man. One love, man. I love y'all to the stars and back, man. Come on with it. That tear, the formulations of the tear. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as you take a deeper look at the tear that fell from the eyes onto the cheek and to the beak of the bird. And remember, the Cowboys did it to him. I can't even finish it off, man. Peace, I'm about.
We're looking great. Go birds. Let's go birds. ELGS.
We answered. I talk stuff. I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go birds, fly, Eagles.